That's what are we looking at this morning? We are looking at 5 fast carbon fiber cool creations. Carbon fiber creations. I forget how I wanted to say it, but that's what we're saying. But first, I do have to do the typical YouTuber thing. At this point, this channel is self-sponsored. I have no sponsors, but I do have a way for you guys to support. There are a ton of affiliate links down below. Anything you choose down below to support, they give me a little bit of money and it doesn't cost you anything at checkout. So any of the knives you see, you can check out and see if there's affiliate links, but I do have a Blade HQ affiliate link that you can find a lot of the stuff that's on the channel right there, and it does support the channel. So without any further ado, you know what time it is. Turn down the volume because we're gonna turn this around and take a look at it from above right after we listen to a little bit of music. I've picked out 5 knives that have carbon fiber. I do have an honorable mention that's gonna go last, but we're gonna take a look at each of these real quick, just a quick walk around and look at these knives. Some of these we've seen first impressions, sometimes some of these we've seen first day in pockets, some of them we have not, and a couple of these are here pretty much permanently. So let's go ahead and pick the first one and get all the other ones out of the way. Go, guys. This first one, I think you probably saw that coming. This is my Reat Horizon D in carbon fiber and titanium. This is a knife that I bought when it first came out. It was the first knife I ever owned or had ever really handled that was done in carbon fiber. And I really fell in love with the aesthetics of it. Carbon fiber that is done well is beautiful. So this is a nice drop point M390 blade, titanium. Now I redid all of this. This is all anodizing that I did, and it probably needs to be touched up because it gets carried a lot. This is one of the first knives I got that really proved to me that some of the more budget line knives and production knives could be as good, if not better, than a lot of custom knives. At the time I purchased this, I was really heavy into custom knives. You never really saw any videos about them because I hadn't really started the YouTube channel yet, but I definitely did get into custom knives big time and spent a lot of money on them. And then I got this and I realized that this is possibly better than a lot of those. And I still say to this day, this is probably the best production knife I've ever owned. You've got a really good grip on it. It's really comfortable, really attractive. In and out of pocket, it works great. The blade shape is beautiful and still functional. And the stonewash that's on it has not worn over time. This knife has done a lot of work. As you can see, it gets a lot of carry. It's gotten where I've worn off the anodizing in a lot of places. So this was a pretty much perfect knife when it showed up. The only thing I've ever really thought that I needed to do was I did open that choil up ever so slightly, just to give myself a little bit of standoff from the ricasso in the grind. Came just beautiful. The action on it has never changed. It is still one of the best knives I've got. It has some of the best sounding action. Listen to this. Wow, that really sounds good. So there you go. The Reat Horizon D, I do know that they brought these back. I know they have a mini version. I think that I like this one still the best. The mini has a different pocket clip. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. And like I said, multiple high points on this knife that I really can't. I could spend an entire day talking about how much I love this knife, but we're not going to, because we're going to go to the next knife. Guys, this next one is the Bade Modern Designs Stunner. Not Blade, but Bade. Now, this is a very unique looking knife, really light. I have not really done much with this. I shot a first day in pockets that I still have to edit, but I haven't done much else with it. This thing is attractive. The carbon fiber on this, though, is done a little bit differently. So this is a marble carbon fiber, but as you look across it, you can see a lot of times there's some depth to carbon fiber. But what they've gone ahead and done is they've done a really heavy, like, rock pattern on this, where they've just basically drilled out pockets on this, like a milling pattern on it. And it is, I've never seen carbon fiber like that. It gives it more of a look than I was expecting. Really cool little knife, M390 blade. I didn't know how I felt about it. I did do first day in pockets. So I still have to edit it, and I had some issues with some audio on it. That's why it's still in the edit process. But I was kind of impressed with how light this is, and with it being really light in the tail, it gives you a kind of a weight forward that I like, so you really know where that blade is at all times. Nice blade shape. It is fairly thin for a pretty thick blade stock, and it is an M390. It comes down fairly thin, thinner than I was expecting, to tell you the truth. And it, like I said, it is milled out and pocketed out to the point where this is ultra light, and it's super attractive. I wish though that they had been able to color match. I think you can kind of see it. There's 3 different colors basically on this. I wish that they had been able to color match. Sometimes that's a crapshoot. It's really hard on thinner pieces that have been milled out a lot, like screws and stuff like that. They absorb a lot of heat, and then they kind of form they form some alpha case that you run into. Like even the thumb studs are different colors than the screws. So it is an attractive knife, but it's just one of those things that a little bit of symmetry would have been better. So there you go, guys. The Bade Modern Designs Stunner. And it is a stunner. And man, guys, the action on that is just nuts. So you'll be seeing more of this knife in the very near future. Let's move on to the next one. This next one is the CMB Made Knives Night. Now, I have not done anything with this knife yet. You actually just saw the unboxing of this last week, because I think this video is going to go up Monday. I have not even done first day in pockets on this, but it was so attractive, the carbon fiber and everything that was on it. I wanted to throw it in this video. I talked about it in the unboxing. This is a very comfortable knife. It's not as light as that Bade Modern Designs Stunner, but it is a fairly light knife, because that's a lot of material to remove and then replace with carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is extremely light, extremely strong, and it is very attractive. There is a definite marble carbon fiber look that you get, or a marble look that you get with this marble carbon fiber. It's attractive, and you can see the different directions that carbon fiber goes when it catches the light just right. And then they did a really good job on this blade. This thing is not just attractive, it is really comfortable. I think it's going to be a pretty good performer. We'll see. It doesn't feel as thin behind the edges some of the others, but it is so sharp. And then you have this unique fuller that you don't see on a lot of the other knives. This fuller is not like inserted in. You can't use that as an opening aperture, but it gives you a very cool look, almost like a fish hook down here where it comes up, the blade grind comes up and then meets that fuller. And so you get some unique and interesting artistic lines on this. Very attractive knife. I have not, like I said, haven't done anything with this, but I do like this flipper tab. So this flipper tab is just about perfect. I had thought I liked it when I did the unboxing, and now that this thing is out just for this little video, I really like that flipper tab. The flipper tab gives you some really good access to it, and that's a very good, very snappy action. So I'm going to get this in my pocket soon, but I have so much other stuff from Jared in that I think I should probably let this sit for a while and then finally get to it. I think it would almost be a reward for getting videos done and getting them out that I get to carry this. So there you go, guys. That is the CMB Made Knives Night. This knife is a Two Sons knife, and I'm not sure how I feel about the knife itself. Everything about it is good. It's just it's kind of bulky and not what I was expecting from a lot of the other Two Sons I've seen. I think it will grow on me. But we haven't not seen a lot of this knife. You saw it in an unboxing, first impressions. But this is the Two Sons 380, the TS 380 in 14C. This is a beast of a knife, and it's still pretty heavy, so that should tell you how big it is. I don't see a lot of weight reduction in this, and I think that's what it is. So you get some weight reduction, but the carbon fiber is what I really wanted to bring to your attention. It is done in a way that really maximizes the visual qualities of that pearlescence that you get in carbon fiber, because it's got these facets. So you got these facets in the way it's ground. So you get this checker mark up here, and then you get almost like this snake scale pattern here when it's ground at different angles, and then it catches the light differently, and it just makes it so attractive. It's like having two different handle materials in one block. And then you've got all the milling that comes down. The other thing that's really cool about this is a liner lock technically. Even though that's a full frame, the liner, it's covered by the scales. So you get the best of both worlds. That carbon fiber comes down and you don't get that weirdness. I've talked about it before with why I like liner locks so much better these days. Really full, big blade. It comes down nice and thin. It is a big, beefy blade, but it does come down nice and thin. It is kind of a pocket hog, and that's why it has not gotten a first day in pocket yet. I've pulled it out several times with the intent of doing it. I'm like, I've got other stuff I have to carry today. Something else that's unique, you have some cutouts here on this side. I don't know if they were just done aesthetically, but your main cutout for your lock bar is down in here, which I like because it's really not going to catch material. So yeah, this is a really interesting knife. I'm probably going to get it in pocket sometimes this week and take a look at it. So for you guys, this is going up next week. For me, it's last week. It's actually Thursday here. You guys will probably see this video on Monday. So expect to see this here in the next couple weeks. I'm trying to get some content built up ahead of time. But yeah, this Tucson's TS380, it's got such a heavy blade. It just kind of swings open, but it's, I think it will grow on me. So we'll see. I'm going to get this in pocket soon. But yeah, beautiful, attractive carbon fiber on this. Like I said, it's like having two different scale materials because that pattern changes on the angle that you grind it. So there you go. Let's bring up the next one. This knife is a knife, and you guys are going to know immediately what this is. This is the Wee Eschaton, and I have kind of a personal connection to it. This is not my knife. I do have to get this back to Elliot. It has been here way too long. I just haven't had a chance to see Elliot. This is the Wee Eschaton, designed by my friend Elijah Issam, who just recently passed. And I saw this sitting in that case of overflow stuff, and I was like, I really need to get this in a video. This actually inspired the entire video we're looking at today. This is an insanely nuts knife. The fact that Elijah was able to make this work and make this, it's still pretty much a functional knife. But it is a piece of art with carbon fiber, titanium. This looks like something out of Transformers, the Michael Bay Transformers movies. But Wee Knife Company did a really good job with this carbon fiber. It is beautiful. You have, you have his logo and everything here, Isham, Eschaton right here. It's very futuristic. Looks like something that belongs in a movie. This looks like a knife that an arch nemesis and an evil genius would carry. Super light because, as you guys can see, there's almost nothing here. This thing looks like it looks like a fractal pattern almost. And it is just gorgeous. It's attractive. And I wanted to have it in a video, and that's why we're doing it. This was done in M390, so it's still done in a really good steel. You have this very, very unique Tonto. It technically would be a Tonto, I guess. It's or a double grind. I really don't know at this point. Like a weird nightmare grind Tonto. Nightmare to sharpen, I can tell you that. But all these holes in the blade, it is just amazingly attractive. It looks like a spaceship sitting still. So there you go, guys. The Wee Eschaton, designed by Elijah Isham. I saw it sitting, and I just knew I wanted to do something in a video because I miss my friend, and it's just something that I saw that just kind of reminds me of him. So there you go, guys. That's the last one of the 5, but we do have an honorable mention. So hold on a second, and we're going to get that one up and take a quick look at it. A knife that none of you will probably ever get a chance to see. This is a knife I made. So this is, I call this the Habu. This is a knife I made for my daughter. Mosaic pins, carbon fiber handle, this is 440C steel, and I did a masked ghosted image of the Rebel logo in it because my daughter at the time was really, really into Star Wars with me, and I thought it would just be fun to be able to put that in the knife for her. So that was a unique process that I took a little bit of time to figure out. And then carbon fiber handles. This is probably something I'm really proud of because, to tell you the truth, this is the second knife I ever made. And so Elliot was kind of impressed with my first one. He was more impressed with this. And people were like, that's your second knife ever? And I look back on this and I'm really proud of it because it kind of just shows that I was pretty good at it. I just don't have the facilities or the time and ability to do it right now with some medical problems that I've got going on. But I did a pretty good job on this. I couldn't afford to buy something for my daughter at that time, so I made her a custom knife. And my friend over at Armitage Carry did a sheath that kind of matches the whole thing. So there you go, guys. This thing is so light, so light. A knife that I made for my daughter with love for her on her birthday. So that's it, guys. Let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, and get you out about your day.
Yeah, guys, those were all fun. Plus the little honorable mention that was a knife that I made as a gift for my daughter. That was a lot of fun. I like all these knives. These are all a lot of fun. And carbon fiber is a unique material because it is so light, it is so strong, and now it's done in a way that it's done so striking. There's so many different options you get in carbon fiber. So guys, there you go. If you like the content, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the content, give it a thumbs down. But please try to tell me why. I can't change it if you don't tell me what it is you don't like. If you want to support the channel, like I said at the beginning, I have a bunch of ways. I have a membership down below where you can get in on tier-based benefits. Pick the tier that suits you the best. But remember, everyone saves $5 on my sharpening service. Everyone has access to my gilded server. And that's where I do monthly giveaways. I try to do monthly giveaways for the paying members there on the Gilded server. Other ways you can do it, like I said, affiliate links down below. First and foremost, Blade HQ, pretty much most of the stuff that you're going to see on the channel you can purchase there. But I have set up a bunch of things, tools, stones, recommended EDC knives, things like that. They're all down below. Anything you purchase doesn't cost you anything at checkout. And the final ways, I have a merchandise store. I'm not wearing any of my merch right now. I thought I was. But I can save you 10% on anything you purchase at Ember Shirt Co, where my merchandise store is. And that coupon code is CrazySharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp. Saves you 10% at checkout. And if you send me pictures of you wearing my merchandise, I will put them in a video, guys. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. Man, it's hard to get through this real quick. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next video.